to walk back as Dhruv gets his first wicket.
What a timely wicket. Sean Solaya was looking to make an impact and take the game away from UAE. Yes, it's way easier said than done. They're climbing a mountain that has not been captured yet in this tournament. Chasing in excess of 200.
To walk back
And a
as
brilliant
Dhruv
catch
gets his first
under
wicket.
pressure. That ball had gone really high up. chasing 225, you want to get your best foot forward.
Yeah, Zahid Ali coming into bowl. Again down the leg side. Again just a flick. And again 4 runs. So not learning from his mistakes, Zahid. And he's leaked runs in his very first over. Back-to-back boundaries for Ben. He'll not mind that. That was on the pads. All he had to do was get bat down in time. And that's exactly what he's done.
Excellent batting from Ben Mailata. Not just power down the ground, but to have the presence of mind to give it that touch of a shade flick to accumulate runs. Back-to-back boundaries followed by a dot ball. Good comeback from Zahid Ali. He's been the player to watch out for UAE. He looked very impressive in the previous outing. Not only with the bat but also with the ball.
Yeah, he's very handy, and that's why UAE has selected him over the other bowlers. Rohit is there in the team as well. There's Jawadullah. So he's been given a preference over those bowlers. He does bring value. He's handy with the bat and he's effective with the ball as well. My only concern is that he's a little expensive when it comes to his economy. Looking to pull that. Ben Mailata does tend to give or leak runs in search of wickets. And that sometimes can be a concern for UAE. But having said that, if he can control that aspect of his bowling skill, if he can be economical at the same time take wickets, I think he's a very good prospect for UAE in the future as well, because he brings that extra element of batting with him in the playing 11.
Don't think he can do much on a wicket like this, which has been very batting friendly, very good to bat on.
That's been pulled away and pulled away well. It's in the gap and runs for Ben Mailata. He's scoring and he's dealing in boundaries at the moment. 12 coming off it. Zahid Ali expensive in his first over.
A half tracker. You don't want to be doing that on a wicket that is as good as this to bat on. Accumulating boundaries at will is Ben Mailata. 5 overs done, 30. Accumulating boundaries at will is Ben Mailata. 5 overs done, 37 for the loss of 2.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
हरेक निर्माणको धड्कन युनाइटेड सिमेन्ट्स
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बबाल पिरो छ
Dark Fantasy Choco Rolls. Fun that just can't wait.
I am alive. Balkiran Jivan Bima.
Haider Ali to continue into his second over. Samuel French is giving company to Ben Mailata, the wicketkeeper batter for Samoa. French, well, they have their work cut out. They have to keep going at it. 12 and over. Every bowler who comes into bowl has to be taken for runs. That's a good hit. That's high. And that's got enough connection to send it packing over long on. Ben Mailata now... runs of Ben Mailata's bat. He's hitting them cleanly and he's getting those boundaries that are needed, getting that run rate up, keeping Samoa in the hunt.
Certainly Samoa are in the hunt. 10 runs of the very first 2 deliveries. It's the final over of the power play, rather the first 3 deliveries. 11 runs coming off it. Can Ben Mailata continue to do so?
Now pushes for a single. This is good batting. If it's not in the range, just nudge it. You will get those odd boundaries, and that's when you can build pressure on the opposition. So not bad from Ben Mayalata. But it has to come from both ends, Pranav. It cannot be only Ben looking to attack. It has to be an attempt from both sides. Chance at mid-wicket. Did that carry to Mayank at short mid-wicket?
49 for the loss of 2. I think Samoa has done well, not in the context of this game, but generally with the bat in hand. 49 is a decent score. And they will get to the 50 at the end of the power play. So a decent start for Samoa. Yes, they have lost 2 wickets too early, but 50 at the end of the power play for them.
6 overs of power play. Junaid Siddiqui striking on the very first ball. Darius Vizzer was taken out of the equation early. Sean Solaya hit a few straight down the ground, a 6 and then a 4 of Dhruv Parashar. But then immediately it was Dhruv who got that wicket of Sean Solaya, who tried to hit that towards mid-wicket, and a very good catch taken.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
विदेशमा हुनुहुन्छ आफ्नो विदेशी नम्बरबाट सेवा रजिस्टर गर्नुहोस्
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या स्टिल MIT, an internationally recognized degree. Bagbazar.
Samoa after 6 overs. And it's going to be Zahid Ali to continue. It's been expensive. 12 in his first. Can he recover from that situation and bowl a decent over here without conceding a boundary? Starts off with a dot ball. Looks like a really good wicket to bat on. You can see Samoa too taking on the attack against the UAE bowlers. Another quick run taken through at the non-striking end from Ali Shan. Doesn't get a direct hit, while Samoa will get a single. More importantly, it's going to be Ben Mayalata who's scored those runs for himself and for Samoa, who's on 35 of 25. He'll be back on strike. Now what does he do? The power play overs are done. UAE have 4 fielders on the boundary ropes. 5 in fact. There's a short cover, a point, a short third and short fine leg. These are the 4 fielders inside the 30-yard circle. Pushed for a single.
Thumb straight down the ground. This is the most important phase in this game, where they would want to dominate. They have a mountain to climb, but don't forget that Mount Everest, once it was climbed, a lot of people did it. And that is where, if UAE got to 225, Samoa would believe that they can get there. But it's going to be on the back of Ben Mayalata.
Samuel hits that for a single. He'll feed the strike back to Ben. Mohammad Wasim coming all the way from mid-off to mid-on to clean that up. Yes, Ben Mayalata, and then they've also got the services of Ross Taylor, who can come out to bat, and like we all know, like old times, can change the game on its head with his batting. They also have Caleb, the captain, who can hit a few. Saumani Fatih TI can also hit a few big hits. And then Sululoto down the order can also hit the ball cleanly. So they've got batting left, but they need Ben Mahalata to fire now that he's set in the middle. Over slower delivery. That is smart bowling from Zahid Ali. More like it. Has to read the situation, read the condition, assess the pitch and the opposition as well. That was a smart move from Zahid Ali. Rolled his fingers over the ball in anticipation that Ben will look to go big in this over now. Since there are only 3 runs that have been conceded by Zahid in this over, maybe another slower delivery wouldn't be a bad idea, but has to be a well disguised one, because Ben Mahalata is going to go after Zahid Ali on this ball. Yeah, another slower delivery, nicely done. Will only be a single. That's a good comeback from Zahid Ali. Gave 12 in the first and now just 4 in the second over. 7 overs, 54 for 2.
स्वस्तिकको स्वाद अनि 30 वर्षको साथ
स्वस्तिक सोयाबिन तेल 30 वर्षको विश्वास
स्पेशल सेलिब्रेशन्सलाई झन्नै स्पेशल बनाउने सधैँ KFC
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेट कार्पेटको शहंशाह
Mahalata and French. Can they get somewhere close to 100? It will be Farooq who will be coming in from the Oman tail end. What's going to be certain is that Samoa certainly know that they have a 225 to chase, and that's where the intent will be on offer. And UAE knows that well, and hence they'll be bowling much more flatter and tighter.
That's it, straight out the ground. Farooq moment. Well, he gets a game after a long time. Has been warming the bench in the UAE setup. Couldn't find a place, and now he's been given that opportunity. And this is a good time for him to bowl, with the UAE posting 226 runs. I think this is ideal for somebody like Farooq to bowl some tight lines and also in the process take wickets, because this is an opportunity that comes not too frequently. So when it does come your way, you should be ready to grab it. This one's down the leg side. Will be a wide. He's got some variations. He does bowl a lot flatter compared to the other spinners that you would see. Now then, up and over. That's a good hit. Clean from Samuel French. No fuss about it. Very nonchalant and very effective.
They're continuing to strike and strike clean, inside out. Probably one of the toughest shots in the game of cricket to execute. And he does that well. Outside edge on this occasion. It's just going to be a dot ball. Despite that maximum, it's just 8 runs from that over, and the only reason I say that is because 164 runs to get from 73 deliveries.
Now that's aerial again, and another 6 in the over. 14 runs from this Farooq over. He's been taken for some runs, and Samoa 68 for 2 after 8 overs.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Asian Paints Ultima Protect Shine यसमा भएको UV हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम पानी धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष
Dark Fantasy Choco Rolls. Fun that just can't wait.
English Premier League को प्रत्यक्ष प्रसारण केवल कान्तिपुर मैक्स HD र कान्तिपुर मैक्स को एपमा हेर्न नछुटाउनुहोला।
This is a good partnership between the two. Required rate of 13 and over. In comes Mohammad Irfan. First ball short and wide. Nicely cut away for a single by Ben. That brings Samuel French on strike with that beautiful shot there in that previous over. Just cut loose against Farooq Mohammad. The wrist spinner.
Double-edged sword for Samoa. One side they would want to get the acceleration, on the other side they would want to build a partnership. Free-flowing run scoring becomes a little more difficult. There'll be more flight.
That's very well done. Harshit Kaushik putting in the dive. Yeah, batting second now, you have that pressure, of course, of the scoreboard where you know what you're chasing, but it also means that you have to keep up with the required rate. Just a bit too many runs given by Samoa in the first innings. Now that's a good hit from Ben Mailata. He's got hold of that one, but not good enough. Well, that slower ball from Irfan has worked for UAE, and appreciation in the dugout as well, because that was an important breakthrough. Ben Mailata looking to accelerate, looking to clear the fence at mid-wicket, finds Rahul Chopra, who takes a comfortable catch.
That is that wicket that they were looking for. Ben Mailata, the powerhouse of Samoa, and a timely wicket for UAE means that all that acceleration that was coming from Samoa is going to be put to a halt.
Now that was Alishan Sharifu with the catch. I need to get my eyes checked, but in the meantime, that was Alishan Sharifu at the cow corner completing the catch. Ben Mailata out for 39 of 32.
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टॉप सब ठीकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
तपाईको छिमेकी
English Premier League को प्रत्यक्ष प्रसारण केवल कान्तिपुर मैक्स HD र कान्तिपुर मैक्स को एपमा हेर्न नछुटाउनुहोला।
New batter in is going to be Saumani Fatu TI. We discussed about him. He's a good all-rounder. Bowls left-handed, bats right-handed. Irfan, on the other hand, with his variations, has impressed one and all. That breakthrough was important for UAE, and Mohammad Irfan delivers it for his side here.
What an incredible over. Just 2 runs from it. That wicket of Ben Mailata as well. And all of a sudden, Samoa, who are looking to make things happen, have been pulled back just when they were looking to launch that attack against UAE. So 2 runs from that over, and most importantly that wicket of Ben Mailata. 9 overs done, 70 for the loss of 3, Samoa.
हर एक निर्माण को धड़कन यूनाइटेड सीमेंट्स
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ।
विदेशमा हुनुहुन्छ आफ्नो विदेशी नम्बरबाट सेवा रजिस्टर गर्नुहोस्।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
To bowl his second. That's a short ball pulled, and a 6 to start the second over for as well. Samuel French was waiting for Mohammad Farooq to come into the attack because he hit a few boundaries in his first over as well, and now starts off with a 6 this over as well. Nicely done by Samuel French, picking the length early, rocking onto the back foot, and hits it comfortably for 6. Darts this one outside off. Maybe bowling a little slower would help. Not sure if the captain thinks in the same manner, but at that pace it's easier to hit on this wicket. Again, just outside off, firing it off outside off. A little defensive from Farooq, but you can understand he's been given a game after a long time, and as soon as he's come into the bowling attack, he's been taken for some runs. So now it's obvious that he's trying to be a little defensive here. That's much better, slower and on the stumps. Could come back after being hit for a 6. Now then, hit in the gap. Is it? No, straight to the fielder. And it looks like it's Harshit Kaushik who's taken the catch. And Mohammad Farooq will breathe a huge sigh of relief, because he was taken for some runs, but now he's redeemed himself with that wicket of Samuel French, who looked good while he was there in the middle. This one mistimed and finds the fielder at long on. In fact, it's towards the cow corner. There was a fielder placed there, and he takes it comfortably. Harshit.
They're certainly panicking under pressure. The halfway mark. 9.5 overs, and this is a game that is being controlled by UAE at the moment. 4th wicket down for Samoa for 76 as both the sides take a drinks break.
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन। आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टॉप सब ठिकठाक।
लक्ष्य अनेक, एनर्जी एक। एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल।
यो चीज बल लगाउँ न है।
यो चीज बल छैन, 2 PM चीज बल्स हो के?
यो भन्नुभयो के वाले
2 PM चीज बल्स। यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Red Bull presents T20 World Cup Qualifiers, Nepal को विश्व कप यात्रा, powered by extra long grain basmati rice, Bajaj Pulsar and Gazab ko Piro noodles.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल हरेक निर्माणको धड्कन युनाइटेड सिमेन्ट्स
भाग्यले जहिले साथ देला या नदेला तर ई सेवा लाइफ केयरले दिनेछ
एशियन पेन्ट्स अल्टिमा प्रोटेक्ट शाइन यसमा भएको युभी हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम पानी धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
स्वस्तिकको स्वाद अनि 30 वर्षको साथ
स्वस्तिक सोयाबिन तेल 30 वर्षको विश्वास
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
Final delivery of the 10th over. Oh, big appeal and the finger goes up. Solomon Nash on the very first delivery.
बिग मार्ट तपाईको छिमेकी
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
This one's inside edge and no chance for Harshit Kaushik, who puts in a dive, but that was more dramatics than anything else as the ball reaches the ropes. So a 4 to start off this over. 15 runs required in every over, Pranav.
Equation very clear. Need of the hour is boundaries and maximums. The only issue is that all that powerhouse of Samoa top order has been sent back to the dugout.
Deriv's partners will be a pivotal part of Deriv's growth in the next iteration. As we enter new regions, it's because our partners helped us understand exactly what traders need, and we are able to localize our product offerings.
The scoring rate is decent. Not in perspective of this game, but in genre.
Slower ball from Irfan. Had to wait for a long time, Somani, to play that shot. Manages to get some bat onto it. Yeah, 8 runs and over. If they were batting first, you would have said, of course, the wickets, they've lost quite a few. But 8 runs and over in the first 10 overs with 2 wickets down or even 3 is not bad. But when you're chasing 226, suddenly it looks like
pretty mediocre.
Yeah, pretty ordinary. These two batters we know can hit the ball cleanly. We've seen that already in the tournament. Saumani Fatutiai hitting the ball, and also Ferretti, Sululoto, we saw him in that first game of the tournament against Oman, I think, where he came out to bat and hit a few big sixes, stood on the off stump and almost covered all the stumps while he was taking a stance. Very unusual from Sululoto. But that's his style. Oh, that's beautifully bowled by Irfan. Quicker, flatter on the stumps. And Saumani Fatutiai will have to walk back briskly. 6 wicket down for Samoa. They are in trouble. UAE in the driver's seat.
What UAE are doing here is not only breaking the back of Samoa in terms of dominating the situation in their favor, trying to get a win. But also they're breaking the back of Samoa in terms of net run rate, because with each passing wicket, the margin of defeat is looking to be way big enough for Samoa's liking. 6 wicket down for Samoa for 82.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाई नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Caleb, Chessmat, the captain, comes into the middle, and no Ross Taylor still means that I don't really think he's going to make an outing in this one.
Yeah, we'll have to wait for the official confirmation, but from the looks of it, I thought that he was injured in the first innings. He was limping a bit. That's what I noticed, but I could be completely wrong. But since he's not come out to bat, I think one can speculate that he's not fit, because otherwise there's no reason why he wouldn't come out to bat and try to chase this total down. Meanwhile, 11 overs bowled, Samoa 82 for 6.
स्वस्तिकको स्वाद अनि 30 वर्षको साथ
स्वस्तिक सोयाबिन तेल 30 वर्षको विश्वास
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बबाल पिरो छ
And immediately comes into the attack. Was taken for some runs initially, but now he's a lot more relaxed. He's got 2 wickets in that very over, 14 in the first that he bowled, 6 in the second over that he gave, but also got 2 wickets.
He's looked impressive, hasn't he, the leg spinner? He's on a hat-trick. In the air, hat-trick opportunity.
And will be taken. Dhruv Parashar takes the wicket, takes the catch, completes it, and this could be 3 wickets in a row for Farooq. Well, what an outing he's been having. 2 wickets in the previous over and a wicket on the very first ball, which means that this could be a hat-trick for Farooq as well.
What a moment. Certainly what a moment. Out of the side and walks into the side in this game. And immediately impresses one and all, makes an impact, makes a very big impact. It's a hat-trick for Mohammad Farooq. They were in a dominating situation, no two thoughts about it. UAE was certainly...
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाई नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
विदेशमा हुनुहुन्छ आफ्नो विदेशी नम्बरबाटै सेवा रजिस्टर गर्नुहोस्
English Premier League को प्रत्यक्ष प्रसारण केवल कान्तिपुर मैक्स
I think so. That's nicely bowled. Lets it go. Samson Sola knows exactly where his off stump is and decides to let it pass into the hands of the wicketkeeper.
The last time Mohammad Farooq came to Oman, I believe he wouldn't be bowling the googly, if I'm not making a mistake, and if I'm able to remember the occasion right.
That's nicely swept away. That's a very good shot from Samson Sola. It was on the pads and beautifully worked away for 4.
What an incredible strike. First to get down on the knee and then to strike it in the gap between deep square leg and deep mid wicket. There is certainly Great returns for some good shot making here at the Oman Cricket Academy Oval 1. Driven through the covers. This one's going to get to the boundary as well. This is some great striking from Samson. Back-to-back boundaries for Samson.
Well, Farooq leaking runs now, bowling too full. And that's nicely played in the gap. No chance for the fielder at mid-off. Zahid Ali gives up the chase as the ball wins the race. So 3 wickets, but expensive, Mohammad Farooq. That's much better. Good length. Can't blame him completely because this wicket is really conducive for batting, and you can see Rahul, I think that ball after getting the inside edge has bounced and has hit him in the groin area.
It can be mighty painful. And that's an area that you don't want anybody to be hit at.
Yeah, you can see that he's in immense pain. The physio comes out, running all the way from the dugout. Manish, the physio for the UAE side. That's the only way. There's no treatment to that. We've played enough cricket till now, Pranav, to know that you don't have any medications, only blood circulation. So that's why you see that they've turned him around and they've asked him to lie down with those knees folded upwards.
It's the worst 5 minutes of his life at the moment, Rahul.
And then after a certain time you get all okay. And hopefully it should be alright for Rahul as well. He's back on his feet. Let's quickly look at the card then. Let's look at some graphics and find out the game so far. There you go. That's the Manhattan then, and how the teams have fared in comparison to each other. At the end of the 12th over, you can see that the Blue Towers have been a lot more taller than the light blue ones. Also, one very big factor is the wickets. You can see that from over 9 to over 12, Samoa have lost 5 wickets.
But then, as you know, that UAE is known for those tall structures, and that's where they're more prepared.
Join the Clear Kantipur Max Fantasy League and get a chance to win the all-new TVS Ronin bike.
I did a fair so far.
Edged and taken another brilliant catch. Alishan Sharfu. Well, he's everywhere with the bat and now in the field. Puts in the dive and helps Farooq with his 4th wicket.
What a moment, what a moment. Samson was looking to make an impact into this game. Got 2 boundaries in this over. But 1 shot too many. It was full. It was there to be hit. But a little bit of a turn was there to produce that outside edge. And what that meant is that Alishan Sharfu collects. And 4 wicket for Mohammad Farooq. Yes, he's got that hat-trick as well. It's a day that it's turning out in his favour. Samson departs for 8 of 5 deliveries. Samoa
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टॉप सब ठिकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल MIT an internationally recognized degree बाग बजार काठमाडौँ यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
Join the Clear Kantipur Max Fantasy League and get a chance to win the all-new TVS Ronin bike plus exciting gift hampers every week. Scan the QR code and get FPL code now.
Mathematically possible, but the chances of winning this game from here on, we'll have to be honest, are very, very slim for Samoa. Dhruv Parashar comes into bowl. This one's been hit straight to long on.
Every time you say that mathematically this is possible, you remind me of my maths teacher who would write an equation as tough as ever and I would never be able to solve it. And that's the situation of Samoa. An equation which is not in their favour.
His quota of 4 as well and see if he can get some wickets. He bowled just that one over, the second over of the game, and now coming in to bowl the 13th.
What a moment of brilliance this has been from UAE. First to put on 225 runs in the first innings. Everybody was there to contribute with the bat. And then to come out in the second innings with the ball, ask difficult questions. The questions to which there were no answers from the Samoan side. Dhruv Parashar. Brilliant fielding. Will keep it down to a dot ball. 1 wicket and 13 runs in those 11 deliveries that he's bowled so far. Slower and Tong through the cover region. Caleb Jasmat, the captain, will be furious and frustrated waiting at the other end. There's not much that he's been able to do, but this was always there to be put away. Just put it in the gap and accumulate 4 runs for yourself. 96 for the loss of 8.
Nirmaan ko dhadkan, United Cements.
गजब को पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजब को पिरो बबाल पिरो छ
Dark Fantasy Choco Rolls. Fun that just can't wait.
English Premier League को प्रत्यक्ष प्रसारण केवल कान्तिपुर मैक्स एचडी र कान्तिपुर मैक्स को एपमा हेर्न नछुटाउनु होला.
Mohammad Farooq will have an opportunity to get his 5th. 4 for 28 in the 3 overs that he's bowled. He'll have 5 more deliveries to get his 5th wicket. 2 wickets remaining for Samoa. 96 on the board. 6.5 overs in hand. Very difficult situation to be in at this point of time, at this juncture. Samoa not really sure whether they want to play out those 20 overs and get some respectability in terms of net run rate support, or probably go out attacking. Not really happy with the proceedings is the umpire at the moment.
Yeah, 2 dot balls coming in to bowl his 4th over. Looking to bowl that on the stumps. Single taken. He deserves a 5-wicket haul, isn't he? Got a hat-trick, bowled well, and especially after being hit for 14 runs, you're coming out of a long presence on the bench, and then you come in, you've been hit for 14 in the first over, and from there to finish with 4 wickets, could be 5. He's still got 3 deliveries left. I think that is a commendable effort from Mohammad Farooq. That's hit straight. Oh, that's going to be 4 runs. So for Mohammad Farooq. And the 100 comes up for Samoa. Caleb Jasmat hitting that nicely, rocking on the back foot and playing it over the bowler's head for 4.
He's a strong lad in using his power to his assistance on this occasion. Couple of deliveries left. We'll get a single there. Caleb Jasmat. Final opportunity for Mohammad Farooq. Can he get those 5 wickets to his name? He's got 4 for 34 in 3.5. Can he finish with figures of 5?
Last ball from Mohammad Farooq, 33 years of age. Recently got married as well. Good spell indeed. A little expensive, but you have to give it to him. It was not the easiest of wickets to bowl on, but he still managed to get 4 wickets and bring UAE back in the game. 14 overs, 103 for 8. That's the score for Samoa.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
विदेशमा हुनुहुन्छ आफ्नो विदेशी नम्बरबाट सेवा रजिस्टर गर्नुहोस्
पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याग 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित
बेबे यो चीज बल लगौँ न
हे यो चीज बल छैन 2 PM चीज बल हो के
यो भन्नुभयो के उहाँले 2 PM चीज बल
between UAE and Samoa at the moment. Content and happy to be rotating strike at the moment are the Samoan batters. Just trying to get a little bit of support in terms of net run rate difference.
Yeah, this is the best bowling figures for Farooq in his T20 international career. 9 matches for him before this. His best bowling in an inning was 2 for 14. Now he's bettered that with 4 wickets in this innings. Catches the call. Oh, almost. Wasim with the effort again. Puts in the dive but can't reach there in time.
If Wasim cannot get there, it wasn't a catch. Probably one of the better fielders of the UAE side.
Thick edge. Chase for Junaid. Can he stop that? Yes, he'll cut that off. Gets the throw in as well. And the Samoan dugout. They're all outside. Not the ideal outing for them. Not the desired result.
Feels as if the runs have dried up for Samoa at the moment. Coming in very slow. Probably feels as if they've already given up and they're just looking to complete the proceedings.
Yes, the equation is well beyond reach now. Although, like I said, mathematically possible, but very improbable that they'll be able to score 24 runs and over for 6 overs. 5 including the remaining overs that are left. So 15 overs bowled, 108 for 8. Samoa just
स्वस्तिकको साथ अनि 30 वर्षको साथ
स्वस्तिक सोयाबिन तेल 30 वर्षको विश्वास Asian Paints Ultima Protect Shine यसमा भएको UV हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम पानी धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष
MIT, an internationally recognized degree, Bagh Bazaar, Kathmandu.
pushed in the gap for a single.
What can Samoa do from here in this tournament? They have a few games left and that's where they probably want to finish off in style. Now it's a no-brainer that this game is out of equation for them.
Yes, and even after this, if they have 2 matches If they win 2, they'll be ending up on 4, which is not going to help them get into the top 3. So it's all about playing for pride after this. If they lose this, they'll want to win those 2 matches and finish on a positive note. Harshit Kaushik coming in to bowl. Had a stellar outing with the bat in his hand. Almost got to a 50 in just 11 or 12 deliveries. 1 shot away was Harshit Kaushik. Couldn't get strike. Was stranded at the non-striking end. But that could have been a world record for sure.
It's looked like a very different kind of a UAE side today. On most occasions where I've seen UAE play, they've played on the back of Mohammad Wasim. Today, Mohammad Wasim, the captain of UAE, has just been a spectator. And that's the kind of performance that UAE have put forward against Samoa on a day when it was a must-win.
लक्ष्य अनेक, एनर्जी एक. एनर्जी भनेकै Red Bull. पुस्तो पुस्तालाई मायाले जोड्ने, जिन्दगीलाई अर्डिनेरीबाट एक्स्ट्रा अर्डिनेरी बनाउने सधैँ KFC.
Haider Ali comes in to bowl. 4 overs left. They'll want to finish this off quickly, UAE, and help with their net run rate as well. We mentioned that earlier in the game. This could be a big boost to the net run rate.
हुलास भयो अरु किन खोज्ने? किन खोज्ने हुलास? म खोज्दिन किनभने हुलास एउटा स्वदेशी ब्रान्ड हो. म त इम्पोर्टेड मात्रै खोज्छु. मेरो घरको सबै फर्निचर मलेसियन काठले बनेको हो अनि मैले खाने बासमती राइस इम्पोर्टेडै हो. यस्तो मिठो हुन्छ. इम्पोर्टेड भनेको इम्पोर्टेडै हो.
म त म्यामलाई इम्पोर्टेड बासमती राइस भनेर अहिलेसम्म हुलास नै पकाएर खुवाउने गरेको छु. तर म्यामलाई अहिलेसम्म थाहा पनि छैन. इम्पोर्टेड बासमती राइसको पैसा लिन्छु अनि स्वदेशी हुलासको प्रिमियम बासमती राइस किनेर बाँकी पैसा
After this innings,
Oman are well poised at 1.024.
quicker and flatter from Haider. That's been hit in the gap again. Four singles in this over so far. You have to feel for Samoa as well. They've shown some really good character and grit and determination, but today they were just outdone and outplayed by UAE, first with the batting and then in the bowling department as well. End of the over from Haider Ali. 3 more overs to go. Samoa 114 for 8.
हरेक निर्माणको धड्कन युनाइटेड सिमेन्ट्स.
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बबाल पिरो छ.
विदेशमा हुनुहुन्छ आफ्नो विदेशी नम्बरबाट सेवा रजिस्टर गर्नुहोस्.
Dark Fantasy Choco Rolls. Fun that just can't wait.
One second. We'll definitely get a boost. Harshit Kaushik back into the attack.
They're enjoying themselves in the middle at the moment. They know mathematically it is impossible for Samoa to win this contest. The required run rate with that ball would have gone in excess of probably 40 runs per over. 115 for the loss of 8. Big shot, straight down the ground. Fielder just a spectator. It's a maximum for Jasmat, the captain. Some late flourishes just to get a little bit of respectability to the scoreboard. You don't want to be bowling in the arc of Jasmat. He's a tall lad with strong shoulders. Once he gets to the reach of the ball, this is travelling as well once again. I think it is Mohammad Wasim, and it's only going to be a couple of runs. So fielding effort for UAE has been spot on this evening. Under lights, they've brought their A game.
Yeah, we were discussing about Harshit Kaushik's batting, and I just tried to find out a stat for the fastest T20 50 that UAE has scored. That belongs to Asif Khan. He scored a 50 of 23 balls at this very ground in 2024 against Bahrain, but that came in 23 deliveries, and Harshit Kaushik was stranded on the non-striking end, where he scored 44 of 12 deliveries. So had he gotten to his 50, it would have been the fastest 50 for any UAE batter in T20 internationals. Hard luck for him, but it was nevertheless a magnificent knock from Harshit Kaushik.
हरेक लक्ष्य को आफ्नै कथा हुन्छ, जोशको, उत्साहको, मेहनतको। लक्ष्य अनेक, एनर्जी एक। एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल।
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन। आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टप, सब ठिकठाक।
Boost. Still another 100 runs away are Samoa. I don't really think that I've seen such a big win in a big time from UAE in this format. This is pure domination. Big shot straight down the ground. Fielder holds on to it. Probably steps on the rope as well.
Well, Dhruv Parashar, the man on the boundary ropes. Haider Ali still looking for his wicket. He's not used to not taking wickets. That's why he's been given that full quota of 4 overs to try and get a wicket here. Nicely worked away by Daniel Burgess. That's played in the gap. Chase for Junaid Siddiqui. Burgess will get 2. And that's the save from Dhruv Parashar. Almost step on the boundary ropes, but that was good game awareness. Didn't land on his heel and ensure that he pushes the ball away before he gets out of the playing field. Eight balls, 96. So that equation is clearly not possible from here on. That's nicely played in the gap. Mohammad Wasim will cut that off.
He's a live wire, isn't he? Mohammad Wasim. Probably one of the better fielders in the associate circuit. 6 runs of this over of Haider Ali so far. 27 runs is what he's conceded. And that's where it's going to be. So dot ball to wind that over of Haider Ali. He goes wicketless. 19 overs done, 131 for the loss of 8, Samoa.
स्वस्तिकको साथ अनि 30 वर्षको साथ
स्वस्तिक सोयाबिन तेल 30 वर्षको विश्वास
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बबाल पिरो छ
Dark Fantasy Choco Rolls. Fun that just can't wait.
इङ्ग्लिस प्रिमियर लिगको प्रत्यक्ष प्रसारण केवल कान्तिपुर म्याक्स एचडी र कान्तिपुर म्याक्सको एपमा हेर्न नछुटाउनुहोला.
Will have an opportunity to bowl the final over. Onto the pads on the very first delivery. They won't look to rotate the strike. 26 of 19 for the captain Caleb Jasmat. You'd want to finish off in style. (26 of 20). 131 for the loss of 8. Zahid Ali looking for a big one. This ball is travelling straight to the fielder at deep mid wicket, who drops this one. Probably the first mistake in the field for UAE. It was a slower delivery from Zahid. Went straight to the fielder, who put himself in a very awkward situation. Irfan was the fielder there at deep mid wicket. Was an opportunity for Zahid to get a wicket to his name. Dancing down the track, it's gone high up in the air. Once again, there is an opportunity. Deep mid wicket once again, and the catch has gone begging. Wonder what's happening with UAE in the final over. Rahul Chopra cannot believe it. It was a slower delivery once again. It was a sitter. Haider Ali was the fielder at deep mid wicket on this occasion. He ran in towards deep mid wicket from deep square leg. Did well to get there, but just not able to hold on. Slower delivery once again. It's gone in the gap on this occasion. Caleb Jasmat is a decent bat, and he has got runs for himself, just not quick enough. 31 of 22 for Caleb Jaspat. It is Zahid who's looking to bowl those slower deliveries. But run scoring hasn't been very difficult on this wicket. UAE have managed to get 225 batting first, 137 for the loss of 8, and still reeling. Samoa, slower delivery up in the air. This ball is travelling well. Is it an opportunity? Not really. Decent effort from Mayank Chaudhary, who's just come into the side. But this is still going to be a maximum. What an incredible strike.